Well, hi folks, and welcome back to I Like Bushcraft. This is just a quick brief video just as a response to a tag that I had from a chap called Nobby on his channel, Step Away from the Screens, and it'd be rude not to respond. So as I say, it's an eight question tag, all about bushcraft, of course. So I'm just going to go through these questions and give my response to this 8 question tag, and then we'll take another 3 as well. So the first question that's been asked in this tag is,
what's your most memorable camp?
I think we were on the West Highland Way, and I had my hammock and tarp up right on the shore of Loch Lomond, and the water was like a mirror, and you had the mountains reflected in the water. But that was a lovely camp, that one, yeah, West Highland Way.
Do you prefer social or solo camps?
I do like solo camps. I just feel that when I'm solo camping, don't get me wrong, it's lovely to be with buddies and talk around the fire and that kind of thing, you know, but I do find that when I'm on my own, soloing, I really absorb everything, you know, the sounds of just the wind through the trees, or the animals at night in the forest, and I love just laying there on my own in a hammock in the wood in the dead of night. And you feel you're part of the wood, and it's amazing, with no light on, your eyes get used to the natural light, even when it's really dark. And I just love that sense of being part of it.
What's your favourite knife?
But I have to say, and this was an easy question to answer, that the Jack Law classic knife that Sandy made, handmade, all his knives are handmade. That is a lovely piece of kit. It's a lovely piece of kit. It stays sharp for a long time. It looks, you know, a piece of craftsmanship, and it is. And that's a lovely piece of kit. Lovely sheath with it as well. So definitely, I mean, that's an easy question. My Jack Law classic is a lovely knife.
Where did you learn your bushcraft skills?
When I was a kid, when I was a wee boy, we used to love going up wild camping on our local hills and downs. We'd take tents, we'd make dens and camps, as we used to call them then, and yeah, we used to love all of that, and getting a fire going. We didn't call it wild camping then, it was just, you know, we're going out camping. And I really stemmed from there, you know, and probably about 14 or 15 years ago, my wife bought me, because I love Ray Mears, and she bought me his book, Ray Mears' book on bushcraft, where he, you know, discusses different facets of bushcraft on his exploits from around the world. And because I'd done that as a boy, that awoken the bushcrafter inside of me, if you like. So yeah, having read that, and I went out, started to go out again, and that's what I like about Ray Mears. I heard him say on one of his interviews, he said he was asked, you know, how long has he been an expert, and he's very, you know, I admire his humility. He very humbly said, well, I'm not an expert. He said, the day that you become an expert is the day that you stop learning. And I think that's an admirable attitude to have.
What's your favourite firelighting method?
The one that works best in any given situation. Yes, it's the one that works, really. I'm not sentimental about fire lighting methods. It's whatever gets the fire going. I do believe in that, you know, it's good practice to not rely on matches or lighters, because you don't test yourself then, and if you keep practicing these skills, you keep your skills sharp. I like the bow and drill method. That's and I do that relatively regularly just to keep my hand in. And of course, the more you practice, the better you get. The ferrocerium rod, well, I mean, you just have to have that in your kit. Well, I have two, at least two with me in case you lose one. I've heard some talk about having matches and a lighter as a backup, but I'd rather have personally, I'd rather have as a backup for my ferrocerium rod, another ferrocerium rod. If you can throw sparks, then you know you can use all manner of materials to get a fire going.
What's your most essential piece of kit?
If you rephrase that question and said if you could just have one piece of kit that you had to take, now of all your bits of kit you only had one piece to choose that you viewed as essential, what would it be? Now many would say a knife, and I can understand that, but having thought about it, I would take this, the axe, because a good sharp axe can do, not quite, but it can do what a knife can do. I mean, you're not going to use it for carving, are you, in a survival situation? But it will cut, chop wood, bang stakes in, very versatile. You know, a bushcrafter's axe is a very versatile piece of kit. And if there was one thing I would want, this, my bushcrafter's axe. Yeah, you can make shelters with this. You can do all manner of things. This can do things that a knife can't. A knife can do things that an axe can't, but I think when all weighed in the balance, I think the axe, yeah, I think I'd take the axe. That would be my essential piece of kit.
Do you prefer wood, gas or meth stoves?
Again, that's another easy one. I much prefer wood, whether it be a wood fire, a campfire, a wood gasifier stove, a bush box or a fire box, wood.
Do you carry a bug out bag or go bag?
But we are encouraged to have go bags because or bug out bags, because we never know if we have to flee an area, a natural disaster or a political, whatever it may be, we may have to flee an area to move to another area, and until we reach that new area we may need supplies and a bit of kit to help us on the way. So, yep, I do. My wife and I each have a go bag ready in the house, so that if we have to leave at a moment's notice, we can grab those go bags and off we go, and we just leave everything else behind. So there we are. There's the answer to those 8 questions. So now I have to tag 3 people. Now the first person I'm going to mention on this 8 question tag, so I'll be interested to hear his answers actually, is Mark at Mark Bailey. The reason I'm asking Mark is because he's been very good to me of late. He's made me lovely. He's made me a bit of leather work, and he's been a real gentleman about it. And so yeah, I'm going to ask Mark that 8 question tag there, Mark. Second one I'm going to ask is Mo at Mo and Jill. And so there you go, so that's Mo and Jill. And the third person that I'd like to tag, at a risk of annoying him and making his eyes roll, because I know he's a busy man and he's probably gonna when he hears me say this. But Wiltshire Man, I'd be interested to hear how Sandy responds to these 8 questions. So if you've not already been tagged Sandy, tag Sandy at Wiltshire Man as well. So there we are, guys. That's my response to the 8-question tag. Thanks for listening, and if you've stayed with me this far, thanks for your patience. It's been nice to talk to you guys again, and again another thank you to all you subscribers out there, and your comments as well. Some of the comments that you leave sometimes are really encouraging, and I do appreciate them. So thank you guys for that. Thank you all out there. And all being well, I'll see you on the next outing. I'm not sure if I'll be doing I haven't been down to the BBC of late. I don't want to keep going down there. I like it down there, don't get me wrong, but I like to get out and about and see different places as well. So we'll see. But planning one possibly next weekend anyway. So yeah, all being well, guys, see you on the next video. Take care out there, as always, and see you next time. See you guys.